And we are live, Victor. Let me go ahead and we are live, Victor. Let me go. Hello.
Hi, y'all. How are y'all?
Hey, I'm good, Victor. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hello, Melanie. Hello, Sheila. Thank you guys for joining. And
Hello.
whoever else is there.
Oh, somebody, I'm hearing it back. I got to close my Facebook down or turn it down through my computer.
No, that was me. You're good. I just
Okay.
turned it off.
All right. Yay, it worked, Victor. It worked.
Yeah, but there was no sound in the video on Facebook Live.
Was there not? I forgot to hit the button again. Oh,
It's
well,
fine.
y'all, this is the second time today I've tried sharing that video. And I'm still trying to get used to the Zoom, and I forgot to hit the share sound. It really does have sound. So I'm really proud of that video, and that video makes my heart happy when I hear it. So
Definitely.
anyway, because it's got some really, really cool music. So, all right, y'all. I cannot tell. Victor, can you tell who all's here? I'm going to have to.
Um, Only right now all I see is Sheila, Melanie, and there's actually 8 other people who are not actually chatting right now.
All right.
Um,
Well, got to drop them hellos, y'all. You never know when we got a pop-up giveaway.
hey, Valerie.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let them know if I'm not like looking at the camera, it's actually because I'm looking at the comments on my phone on Facebook
Okay.
Live.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to be over here looking at it through this is a new format. We have to get used to it. So,
Hi, Lauren.
um, I am so happy that everybody is here. It's kind of a great night. I don't know how to see the comments either, Victor.
I'm actually on my phone, so
Okay.
I just have
Oh,
the
I got it
Facebook
right
Live.
here. Okay, so I'm not even going to look at the Zoom. I'm just going to look at the Facebook over here.
Yep.
All right. So, Victor, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, getting excited, you
I
know?
bet. Ready to move.
Definitely.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, y'all. So, tonight we are going to be talking cruise terminology or cruise lingo. There's a lot of terms you may not realize that goes along with cruising. I mean, there's certain terms. I know when I took my first cruise, I don't know about you, Victor, but when I took my first cruise, I didn't have a clue. I didn't know what, a porter was. I didn't know what a steward. I didn't know any of these terms.
Well, I was
So,
9 when I went on my first cruise, so
okay.
definitely not.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
So
but
you've learned a lot
I've
through
actually
the
took,
years.
I have, but I took, my grandmother actually took me on my first cruise, and she was on like 15 cruises before that, so she was the experienced one.
Well, when we went on our first cruise, it was Steve and I and two kids. Well, they weren't kids, they were young adults, but I mean, I literally went on and spent a long time just on YouTube watching cruise vlogs, trying to figure it out, and I still didn't know everything. I figured I might. Well, I thought I knew it, but I didn't.
I
So,
actually pulled up the all the deck plans of the ship when I was that little,
yeah.
and that actually was the most fun to me.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you go on a cruise, Victor, do you do research on the ship or do you want to be surprised?
It depends. I've had like pop-up surprises before, but a lot of the times I actually want to know what's going on the ship.
Yeah, I mean, I want to watch these vlogs because then I know exactly. I walk into the atrium and it's like, oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah.
so, I have
But
researched every single one.
but to me, videos do not do it justice ever. So it's still a factor.
Right. Yeah, and that wow factor, that's the thing, y'all, is, I don't care how much you prepare. You're going to, when you walk onto a cruise ship, I think for the first time, or when I saw the cruise ship and it was the Carnival, oh, I just forgot the Fantasy. The Fantasy was the first ship that I went on, and it's a smaller ship compared to some of these ships now.
If
You
I'm
know,
not mistaken, that was one of the smallest ships in the fleet at the time.
it
And
was the
still small.
smallest. But the thing about it is, even when it's the smallest ship and you see it for the first time, even some of the smallest ships, you got to think they're small cities, because there's so much in a cruise ship. So that's why I love, because I love cruising so much. Is yes, you're going on a cruise again, but you have so many different options. The port you leave from, the ship that you're on, the ports that you visit. There's just the options are unlimited, unlimited.
Even like when you go to the same ports, you always find something different and more stunning and more beautiful about that port.
Right.
So, you know, I love going to the same ports, different ports, it doesn't matter. That is my enthusiasm, is just going to these destinations.
Right. Well, now, before we get into the cruise terminology, let me ask you a question. And I hope you're watching the chat, because I'm having a hard time.
Yep.
But anyway, let me ask you a question. When you pick a cruise, do you pick the cruise for the ship or for the ports that you're going to? Because I know there's differences.
I definitely do it for the itinerary.
Me too.
Now, I do like going on different ships, that's just a bonus, but I'm not scared to go on the same ship either. It just depends on what will work for me and when I'm going.
Right. Now you have a cruise coming up too, right?
I do. It was actually going to be on the Carnival Fantasy, but now it's on the Carnival Sensation because
Yeah,
Carnival Fantasy has been scrapped, unfortunately.
I know, and that hurts because I love that little ship. But when is your cruise scheduled for? Let's put it that way.
It was actually going to be a Christmas cruise, so it was going to be December 21st or the 26th.
And the funny thing is, our cruise is scheduled for December 12th through December 20th.
Yeah,
So, I would be getting off the ship and you would be getting on a ship the next day. But,
I would
you
be.
know, and guys, we do say tentatively right now, our cruises are still on. Um, our cruises are still on, but that's subject to change. Um,
Always. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Sharon.
so anyway, let's go ahead, and do we have anybody? Victor, I'm gonna give away a couple of prizes tonight. Mine are not going to be cruise or trip related though. Well, they are. I'm going to go back to my old school. I'm going to give away a couple of travel gifts off of Amazon. So, and do you have something you're giving away tonight?
I do. I found two incentives actually, so I still do have two of them. It is
Okay.
a getaway to Mexico.
Awesome. So, um, how do we want to do it tonight?
You want to do them at the end, or do you
Do
want
what?
to do two in the middle and two at the end?
Let's just do them. Why don't we do two in the middle and two at the end?
All right.
Okay, hang on just a minute. Let's go ahead and start. What word do we want to use? And you're going to have to tell me these names.
Um, we will do inclusive travel
Hang on
tonight as
just.
the keywords.
Okay.
Melanie, it does not include airfare, unfortunately.
All right. Yeah, airfare. Sometimes you have to get your own way there. Unfortunately, y'all.
But usually to Mexico, it's not too overly expensive. Usually, it's pretty cheap. From what I've seen in the past.
Right.
Hey, Sheila, Melanie, going. Anybody else want to comment and get in on this drawing tonight? Just remember, it's inclusive travel.
Okay, and that is going to be. We'll just take. Are we just going to take and draw names from that whole? I mean, for mine too, Victor.
Yeah, we can just all
Okay.
together.
Everybody just needs to comment. You don't know if you're going to get a drawing for that. You're going to be entered into all the drawings. So we got Melanie, you said, and I'm assuming that's Melanie G.
Yep. We got Lorna Hensley. Did you get Sheila
Lorna,
Murray?
Sheila who?
Murray, Murray.
Okay, got Sheila,
Anna Dean.
got Anna,
Tammy G. White.
Tammy Watt,
Sharon Cox.
Sharon.
and Donna Goin.
Donna, what was the last name?
Goin, Goin.
Okay.
All right, y'all, that's 7 names in our drawing out of the 16 viewers right now. All right, Tammy, inclusive travel is just like, when you're traveling, you just want to be included into the culture and stuff. So that's why I came up with inclusive travel tonight.
Okay. All right. Inclusive, yeah, and inclusive travel right now is a big thing too. I mean, and that's kind of what cruising is. It's inclusive travel.
Yep. So for me, if I go out any ports, I want to get in to see, what's going on with their culture. How is the difference, compared to us over here in the United States? Go out and be involved, and you will be surprised at what you will find.
All right. Okay.
Bye,
So,
Jeffrey.
yeah, I just wish I could see who all's logging in. I can't. You would think it would show me. Wait a minute. Let me see.
You're welcome, Tammy.
Oh, I didn't stop that, did I? Am I still live, Victor?
You're still live. You're good.
Okay. I just want to make sure I didn't hit something I shouldn't have. All right, y'all. So I'm going to see if I can figure out. Victor, go ahead and let's start some words and let me see if I can figure out how to see over here who's doing what.
All right. So we'll just start with the Lido deck. I actually found this out today why it was called the Lido deck. We hear the term all the time, but it's actually just the British term for an outdoor pool. So the Lido deck is usually where your pool area is going to be.
Awesome. Okay. Oh,
We're struggling tonight, y'all.
hang on just a second. I have got technical. Hang on. I knew this was going to happen when I start messing with something. Hang on.
Y'all, thank y'all for being amazing and just hanging with us through all our difficult times.
Guys, I apologize.
I just need to keep going.
Yeah, is it still doing it?
Yeah, you're still live.
Yeah, but it's not. You can't hear the live through my headphone, right? Or through my. Can you all hear? Or can you hear that?
I can hear you playing.
Okay, but you
loud and
couldn't
clear.
hear my Facebook Live over there playing.
No,
All
I
right.
could not.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm going to. Sorry, Victor. My terminology. Is it my turn?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't call me ma'am. I hate that.
Well, it's the Southern in me.
I know it is. Victor is super sweet. Okay, I'm going with embarkation. All right. Embarkation, y'all. You'll hear people say embarkation. What it simply means is the day that you get on the ship. It is actually boarding the ship and getting ready to sail. So that is your embarkation day.
All right. And to caveat off of that, my next term would actually be the gangway. So what the gangway is if you're going on embarkation or debarkation, it is this little ramp or staircase that you're going to be walking up to actually get onto the ship.
Okay. An excursion. What's an excursion? When we talk about shore excursions, that is when you get into a port and you decide that you're going to do a tour, or it may be sightseeing or adventure, or there's water excursions, or there's food excursions. There's different things. It's a tour while you're in port is basically what it is.
All right, so since we're going with excursions, my next one will be a tender port. And what a tender port is due to the laws and regulation, some of the ports that you go to, the ship cannot actually pull up to a dock. So it has to be parked out at sea where this little tender boat will come. And they're no longer called tenders. I forget what they're called.
Water shuttles.
Water shuttles. So you'll get onto a water shuttle and they will take you to your excursion, the destination, or the mainland, depending on where you want to go.
All right. Port of call. What is a port of call? Port of call is simply where your boat's stopping or where your ship is stopping. So, where are you visiting? Is it the Bahamas? Is it Nassau, Freeport? Is it Mexico, Cozumel? What's the other one that we missed? I can't even remember the one.
Roatan.
Yeah. Is it, Mahogany Bay? Is it Jamaica? Is it Bermuda? Is it, there's a lot of ports of call, but that's what it is what ports you're stopping at and what ports you're actually going to be visiting.
Right. All right. So you can actually do a tour of the galley for an excursion. And what the galley is it's actually going to be a tour through the kitchen. Some people say it's worth it, some people don't. It is a little bit pricey though, and it is. I would recommend going on it if you ever get the chance.
Yes. And Sharon, cruises are fun. They're a lot of fun. I think there's something literally for everybody on a cruise. So since you're talking about
The galley.
the galley, let me talk about the staterooms. And the first one is going to be an interior stateroom. What is an interior stateroom? It is simply that. And it actually it's a room. There's no windows. It is, zero windows. Sometimes they'll put the fake window in because I had that on the Fantasy. But it also, a lot of people talk about just how well they sleep because there's no natural light that comes in. So it's just a room with no windows. That's what an
Hey,
interior
Christian
state
Cox will definitely add you into the drawing.
is. Got it. Go ahead with your next one and I'll add Christian.
All right, so my next one would actually be, well, what is a maitre d'? And a maitre d' is going to be the person over the whole entire dining room area. They're really, really good with what they do. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, even if you want to change your dining time, so say you're booked for, your time dining, but you want to do an early or late dining, go to the maitre d' as soon as you get on the ship and talk to him, and they might be able to work something out with you.
All right. My next one is an ocean view stateroom. What is an ocean view? Ocean view has a window. Doesn't have a balcony, doesn't have no windows like an interior, but it has a window. Sometimes it's a porthole and other times it's a window. So, and you got to remember when you get the ocean view or the balcony, those can be partially obstructed views. You're not always going to be guaranteed, a clear view, but you specify that when you make your reservation. You're looking for, either unobstructed or obstructed.
All right, y'all. So whenever you go on a cruise ship and you're looking at like the little chart, you will see like terms kind of like aft. And what the aft of the ship is it's actually going to be the rear end of the ship. So whenever you're looking and trying to figure it out, just remember aft is rear.
Aft is the rear, so that, Anyway, the next one I am going to go with is Cruise Elegant. All right. A lot of people have heard elegant night or formal night. Well, it's not necessarily elegant. When you think of elegant, you can dress elegant all you want to, but usually for a female, it's either a dress or nice slacks, no shorts, and for guys, they usually say khakis and a collared shirt. But my husband wears his brand new blue jeans with a collared shirt. So
Go as dressed up or as dressed down as you want to.
yep.
Just remember it's your vacation. People will give you looks, but at the end of the day, who cares?
Right. All right, what's yours?
All right, so my next one is actually going to be what is the port side of a ship? And when you go on to booking, you'll hear the port side. That is going to be the left side of the ship. It's called the port side because most of the times it is going to be facing the side of the port.
But which port? Is it the port when you depart, or is it the ports in,
The
or is it
port you
all
are
of it?
pulling into.
Okay.
So like if you're pulling into Cozumel or Roatan or the port of call.
Can I tell you that is the best side to be on, in my opinion,
Mine too,
because when you're
especially if
in
you're
the
a photographer.
yeah, and when you're in the port of call, you get to always watch the pier runners, which I love, and I hate it for them, but I do love it. So, all right, y'all. My next one is the cruise director. So the cruise director is the crew member he's just basically your fun person. I mean, he actually organizes the ship's activities and entertainment. And on Carnival cruises, you have your cruise director, and the people that work under him or with him are called the fun squad. So they, bring the entertainment the whole time, from the time you get on the ship till the time you debark. So
All right, Valerie. So on your game night, I do believe you asked what was a VIFP.
I did.
So a VIFP is a very important fun person. And what that does is you will actually get an ID number, and you can use this ID number when booking your cruise to see if you have any deals, discounts, or, even it also helps to keep track of how many cruises you go on. So just remember, if you are looking on carnival.com and you've been on a cruise, you probably have a VIFP, and you can find it by typing in your birth date, your first name, and your last name.
Right. And also, if you have a travel agent that's helping you book your cruise, make sure they know, because that's going to help them be able to pull, to see if there's any, anything else. Okay. My next one is going to be, what do I want to do? Let's do did you do the porter yet?
I have not.
Okay, I'm going to do the porter. The porter, when you get there, you've got all this luggage, and you're thinking, how am I going to get all this luggage onto the ship? There's porters. The porters are the people that are there waiting to collect your luggage and then get it onto the ship for you. They usually work for an independent company. I don't think they're employed through Carnival. But guys, what is really important to remember is, and I'm not going to say important to remember, but it is customary to tip the porters that you leave your luggage with. But it's only like $1 a bag, $1 or $2 a bag. I mean, it's not anything extravagant. Just always remember, when you prepay your gratuities to Carnival, the gratuities to your porters are not included in that. Okay.
All right, so I'm going to go over what a purser is.
Okay.
And it's not really a word that gets used a lot on cruise terms, but it's actually going to be the person who takes care of all your transactions, your onboard billing. So if you go to guest services, that's the person who is going to be your purser, is going to be managing your account funds. Do you know that one, Valerie?
I did not know that one, because you don't usually hear the purser mentioned. Now, I do remember on the Love Boat, wasn't there a purser on the Love Boat?
There
I'm telling
was.
my age a little bit back then.
There was.
All right, so I'm going to talk about the water right now, and I'm going to go with the wake. And what the wake is it's that trail of water that's created at the back of the ship. So if you're, and I found this, I did a video actually on my last vlogs. We were in the dining room, the main dining room for brunch, and they actually seated us back there. And to see that beautiful, it's the most beautiful color blue usually that you can see. It's that water coming off of the back of the ship. So make sure you check that out.
All right, so my next term, if you're done, is actually going to be what a knot is. So if you're flipping through the TV channel, you'll see, oh, hey, we're going 17 knots. What a knot is it's how many nautical miles you are going per hour.
It's kind of cool to be able to see that too.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
to look at the TV, and it's not just in your room. They have those throughout the ship, on a lot of the ships, to where you can see where your location is and the speed that you're going.
So basically, it's just the speed of the ship.
Right. Now, you didn't mention steward yet, right? I'm going to talk about the cabin steward.
I have not. Go ahead.
Okay, it's steward, not Stewart. I've seen people actually say steward. It's steward. And who that person is, it's your cabin steward. It's the person that takes care of your room. And when I tell you on Carnival, I don't see how they remember all of the names, but our steward from day one till the end, if he saw us out, called us by our first names. They remember your name. They're the ones that will come in and clean your room. They will service your room for you. They're the ones that put your nice little towel animal in there on your bed. They are the ones, if you want ice, they will bring you us. Guys, yes, your gratuities do cover, when you pay those, it covers everybody that works on that ship, basically. But if you have a really good room steward, you can always feel free to give them a little bit extra for going above and beyond. You don't have to, it's not mandatory, but you will see when you get on a cruise ship just how much they do.
All right, Valerie. So my next one is what a muster drill is. Not mustard, muster.
Yeah,
Um,
you don't put it on a hamburger or hot dog. This is not mustard. This is
all right.
mustard.
So a muster is a mandatory meeting that you must go to while on the ship, and it'll teach you where you're going to go just in case the ship, you know, something happens. So if you need to get into a lifeboat, it'll teach you where your life jackets are, how to properly put them on, how to properly inflate them. So it is very important that you pay attention. Also, that's where kids under the age of 12, I do believe, will get a green wristband signifying that, hey, they are under 12. And that also helps the crew members, just in case a kid gets lost or whatever. All they have to do is just scan their room key and they can find out, where they belong.
Right. All right. Do we want to do a drawing?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do one.
All right. Let's do, what was the word again, and give everybody a chance to go ahead and say it again.
Inclusive travel. If you have not commented that, please do so now.
Inclusive travel. This is going to be for a drawing. I'm actually doing a drawing. Victor's got a couple and I've got a couple that we're going to do. So
Yes, we do. And guys, I realize that there's been a lag delay. So after I do my countdown, just give us about 5 to 10 more seconds, and then we will make sure that everyone hears us.
let me ask the question that Lorna just, or let me answer the question that Lorna just asked that popped up. You
Yes.
do have life jackets in your room. They're typically in your closet. You do not on Carnival. I've not been on any ships that you actually have to take those to muster drill with you. But you do need to know where they are. And typically they're in your closet.
So actually, my first few cruises that I went on, we did have to take our life jackets, but later on they just dealt away with it.
Right. But I mean, always they'll announce, report to your muster station with your life jackets, or if they don't say it, you don't have to take them usually.
All right, Val.
All right.
Honestly,
Ready for a countdown?
I think we've given everybody enough time, so I'm actually not going to do one.
All right. So what are we giving away first?
We can do your prize.
Okay. I'm gonna send you something special from Amazon. I mean, that is going to be, it will be a travel related gift, but I'm just going to send you something from there. So yeah, you do have it, Lorna, in the room. Okay. All right. First drawing, and I need to get me a little pen and a piece of paper here to write down these names.
And while she's doing that, I will say that if you do get on the ship and you do not find any life jackets in your room, just talk to your room steward and they will be able to help you and get you situated with what you need.
All right. Are we ready?
We are.
I have got everybody's name in my nice little app.
Hi,
here.
Tara.
All right. First drawing, y'all. And whoops, the winner is, okay, let's see if you can see.
Melanie G.
Melanie Goins. All right, Melanie. So I will get, if I think I may already have your address, but if not, make sure I get your physical, or yeah, your mailing address so that I can get you something sent over. Victor, do you want to do one of yours now too?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, and you're giving away discounted travel to Mexico, or a stay in Mexico?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let me back out and do this again. And our winner on this one is going to be, oh, and I didn't write down the last name on this one, so hopefully she's still here. Anna.
I can scroll up and find her. Anna Dean.
You got Anna?
Yeah, Anna Dean is her last name, D-E-A-N.
Okay, got it. All right.
She's the only Anna, so.
So you got any more lingo there, Victor?
I can always come up with some. So let's talk about what the atrium is. All right. The atrium.
Love the atrium.
I do too. The atrium is like usually going to be the third floor, Most ships, it's going to be the floor that you actually walk onto while you're going on the gangway. Usually that's where your shows are going to be. Sometimes that's where your dining room is going to be, and so many other options out there.
Okay. Let me think. What one do I want to talk about? I'm going with, again, the Serenity deck. I talk about the Serenity. And you know what's funny? I talk about the Serenity deck, but do you know, out of the cruises I've been on, I've yet to be to a Serenity deck.
Oh man, you got to go one day. It's so relaxing.
Yeah. Now I know the one on the Sunshine. From what I hear, it was phenomenal. It had the pool with the waterfall type thing. I've yet to go to one of the Serenity decks, but it is. I should be. I'm just lazy when I get on a cruise ship. I like just sitting and relaxing.
All right. So since we're just talking about decks, I'm going to mention something that, some people never really think about, and that would be the spa. And the reason why I'm bringing out the spa is there's actually a room that you can book near the spa, and you can get all the perks of staying in that room. So like you can go, I think just about any hour and just relax. You also get like robes, and it's so wonderful. If you ever get a chance to book one, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Melanie, I am not at the beach. Not tonight. I'm actually in my house right now.
Going to be at the beach soon.
Yes.
So, Victor actually is in Alabama tonight, right?
I am.
Going to be leaving to his new home in where?
Florida. Mary
Florida.
Esther, Florida.
And when is that you're leaving?
Tomorrow.
Okay. He's leaving tomorrow. So on our next, he probably will not get to be with me for the Travel Trivia Friday. Hopefully you'll be back hopefully you'll be back for Travel Talk Sunday, right?
Actually, I can be with you Friday.
Okay.
So what I thought my parents were coming down Friday, but they're actually going to come down Saturday.
Awesome.
So I'm game. You are.
Okay, so he'll be here for the Travel Trivia then. But he's going. I'm kind of jealous, but of course I live in the mountains, so the mountains have definite benefits too. We just don't have a cruise port close by.
Valerie, that could be one of our giveaways one day. The
What?
mountains or the beach?
Oh, that would be cool.
What do you prefer?
That would be cool. The mountains or the beach, because he's going to the beach. I'm in the mountains. Victor, next time you go to the beach, if you need someone to carry your bags, Melanie is volunteering for that, Victor.
I'll keep that in mind, Melanie.
Yeah, she is volunteering. Okay, I'm gonna go with the captain. Have you talked about the captain?
I have not.
Well, the captain, he is the crew member in charge of the cruise ship. He's the one that's responsible for the passengers and the crew's safety on that ship. And he actually, you'll have a couple of chances to meet him or to see him during the cruise. They do a captain's, it's not really a captain's dinner called that anymore, is it?
It's like a meet and greet type deal, but usually what it is mostly it's going to be your platinum and diamond members.
Right.
That's why, going on cruises, that's just one of the perks if you reach that level.
Yeah. But he also comes out usually on the last sea day before debarkation. During one of the cruise director will introduce the staff and things like that. On the cruises I've been on. Now, I don't know, Victor, if it's that way on all of them, but every cruise I've been on, the captain comes out during one of the last, and it's usually, I think, the debarkation talk. Mm-hmm. He'll come out and actually you'll get to see him.
It just depends on what's going on at the time. Like if there's really, really rough weather, sometimes, he won't be able to make it, obviously. Right. It just depends on how smooth your sailing is.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any of the lingo? Do you, we could go on and on and on for nights on this, probably.
We could. I'm going to point out something, though, that we haven't really pointed out yet, and that'll be medical care. All right. You don't want to go to the nurse or doctor on the cruise ship because it will be expensive unless there is something seriously wrong with you. Take Band-Aids with you, take Neosporin, take what you need. you don't want to like just get a small cut and have to go see them because they will charge you, I do believe.
Right. Also make sure you take things for seasickness.
Yes.
Because people will tell you, oh, they've got stuff on the ship for that, and they do. But, again, it goes with, the expense of it. So
Hey Valerie, how much did you pay for, what was it, Advil or Tylenol or?
$14 for a little tiny bottle. Shoot, I could have went to the Dollar Tree and got that stuff for $1. So, and so therefore I learned I am the walk-in pharmacy when it comes, I have a travel bag that has medications, because if I get a cold, if I get a backache, if I get a headache, if I get seasick, if we get an upset stomach, whatever, I take Benadryl, I take whatever it is, because I can buy everything. And if I don't use it on the ship, I've got it when I get back, so it's definitely an investment.
Hey Melanie,
Yes,
I need
Tara,
to
it
go
is.
back too.
Go ahead,
She
Victor.
said
I'm
she needs
sorry.
to go to the beach. I was like, I need to go back too.
Yeah. Oh, I just lost my earpiece. See, I think we all need a beach vacation right now.
Yes.
I
I'm gonna
mean,
I'm gonna murder this name, but Tara Kerr said the store ship is 3 times as high.
you're absolutely right. Tammy's asking, what about motion sickness? Is it bad on all cruise ships? Well, I'm going to say this. Our first cruise on the Fantasy, we were in an interior room. We were traveling during hurricane season. We hit some storms. I was seasick.
And
I was terrified that I would be that way on the next cruise. I never had it again. Okay. So, but it was definitely seasickness that was manageable because I did the patches behind my ear and the Dramamine. So, anyway, go ahead, Victor.
what I was gonna say is if you get seasick in just like a car ride, I would definitely take seasick medicine. Because chances are you're gonna get motion sickness on the sea as well.
Well, and a lot of it too is knowing where to get you a room. I mean, where to get the room. There are places on the ship, I think, that it may not be as bad.
If you're gonna go on a cruise ship, it's and you have like motion sickness, it's best to actually stay midship. Because midship, there's not as much rocking motion. If you're in the front of the ship, it's gonna be, dipping down, and then the middle, and then the back is just gonna be like that motion, especially during
Tara,
a bad storm.
Tara, you will not necessarily, if you do, like Victor said, if you do get seasick or car sick, there is a chance. But I mean, there's no way to predict. So I always, like I said, the patches that go behind the ear, doctors can actually prescribe medication, I believe, as well, Victor, patches or whatever. But I always put mine on at least 24 hours before I get on the ship.
Melanie said, "Can you drink with a patch behind the ear?" Yes, people do it all the time. It doesn't mess with anything. And some people get drunk because they get motion sickness.
It balances them out.
Yep.
I mean, it really does. It makes the sway. And that first cruise, we literally, the waters were so rough. We were walking on one side of the hall, and next thing you know, we were on the other side of the hall.
Right. Timmy Wright
Um,
said she gets seasickness on like a ferry. If you're gonna get like on a ferry, I would definitely just take meds just in case. And Melanie, some people say the bigger the ship, less likely to get seasick. Is that true? I would say somewhere in the middle, because a smaller ship, the waves are going to crash about it and it's going to bounce a lot more. Whereas usually a bigger ship, there's more weight to it, so it's not going to rock nearly as much. But it just depends on the person. Some people can get seasickness, some people will not.
well, and I promise you, I mean, take the precautions ahead of time. You can get the non-drowsy Dramamine. And also just a tip and a pointer, and that is green apple is really good. And that's what some of the crew members themselves use when they get seasick. You can always ask them at the buffets if they have any green apple, but you can also take green apple candy,
Yes.
and that will help. So, I mean, do not let the possibility of getting seasick stop you from trying it, because you never know. Just take the precautions before you get on the ship. I mean, before your trip starts, your trip starts. Go ahead and put the patch on behind the ear, and or you can get the C bands. A lot of people have a lot of luck with those too.
All right, Valerie. So I do believe tonight's code words was inclusive travel. This will be your last chance to get entered into our drawing. If that's okay with you, Valerie.
Say that again.
I was letting them know the tonight's keyword was inclusive travel, and this will probably be their last chance to get thrown into our drawing.
Yes, let's go ahead and draw. I mean, we've been on here now for about almost 45 minutes.
About 40.
Okay, so let's go ahead. Inclusive travel. Go ahead and enter those words in the comment bar. And if you've not already, if you've already said them, then while I read this, Diane still says, I've already gotten seasick once only gotten seasick once out of 15 cruises. It was on the Fantasy on the way back from Cozumel. She always takes Dramamine, and each night at bedtime. So, there are ways, and I promise y'all, go ahead, I'm always here to answer any cruise questions for anybody. We're hopefully going to continue bringing the Cruise Talk Tuesdays. That way we can answer these questions and stuff. So,
all right. So Marcia said, I'd like to take a cruise sometime, but afraid I would stay sick the entire time. LOL. So when you're going on a cruise and you know that you get seasick or motion sickness, it is best to take Dramamine, or, if you're going to take a pill, do it 24 to 48 hours before you sail. That way it's already in your system and it won't hit you nearly as bad. If you're going to wear the C patch or the armbands, same thing. Start them about 24 to 48 hours before you leave.
Yeah. Now, I will tell you, like I said, if you have this fear, talk to your doctor, because your doctor can get you, even if you're afraid to buy the over-the-counter stuff, then it might not work. Your doctor who is familiar with you may be able to prescribe something, that would help you even more. Okay.
Right.
All right. So are we ready for a drawing?
Tammy and Melanie were telling two people to type inclusive travel into the chat so that they could get entered into the drawing.
Okay. Yep. Let's type it. So next week, while we're doing this, let me give you a little heads up, I think, about what's going to happen next week while we're waiting. We have another partner. Victor is a partner of mine. We're very fortunate to both be travel agents that work with a lot of other partners. So we are actually bringing on a partner that not only, books for, but travels Royal Caribbean a lot. So I wanted to kind of get a different perspective. We've done a lot of talk about Carnival, but there are other cruise lines. The reason Victor and I are really comfortable with talking about Carnival is because that's our lived experience. That's what we've done. And I don't want to just get on here and give you, just information that we learn through trainings. I would rather have somebody come on here that actually has traveled that. So Donna will be joining us next week for our Cruise Talk Tuesday.
All right, Valerie, do you have Diane still entered into our drawing?
I do not, but I will get her now.
Tara Kerr.
Hang on. I do not, but I will get her now.
And I'll be nice and throw in Marcia Gilbert, because I don't
on.
think she understood what Tammy was trying to say.
Okay, so we got Diane. We have got Tara. And we have, who was the other? Marcia
Gilbert.
Okay. I will go ahead. I've got them entered as of now.
All right, y'all. So Valerie, ladies first.
You ready?
Yeah, I am.
All right. Hang on. I got to get back over here to my shoes. All right. My gift. You said my gift?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're going with a gift from Amazon, y'all. Oh, wait.
We got him earlier, Christian Cox.
Okay. All right. So we are going with the Amazon gift this time. So if you win, I need you to PM me your mailing address, please. unless you've already won one of mine, and there you go. All right, here we go. The winner of this one is, and I think she just won the other day,
Sheila M.
Sheila Murray.
Congratulations, Sheila.
Congratulations.
All right, so I am giving away another discounted stay to Mexico. So y'all, when we do these incentive deals, what we need is your email addresses. So Anna, please send me your email address because you won one of them earlier if you're still on. And then whoever wins this one, please send me your email address as well, or you can send it to Valerie.
Yeah, whoever. We'll get it to each other. All right, we ready for this one? And the winner is
Marsha G.
Marsha G.
Congratulations, Marsha Gilbert.
Congratulations. All right, y'all. Victor, you got anything else?
All right, I do. That is Valerie. She is from On the Go Travels. I am Victor from Victorious Vacations. Y'all have a fantastic night, and we will catch y'all Friday. Actually, no, Thursday.
Thursday.
Right?
I have to talk to you about that one. I've got,
Okay.
I think, is Sharon still in here? Sharon Cox?
She might be at work.
Oh, guys, let me go ahead publicly real quick and address something while we're waiting to see if Sharon is still here. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, for anyone that knows and has been following, you know that we had a little bit of a rough weekend around here with our son, but he is safe. He is home now. And I just want to say thank you to all of y'all for helping to spread the word. I really am very appreciative of that. So I do appreciate it.
And Sharon is in the chat.
Okay, Sharon, did we agree? Are we doing it this Thursday?
Sorry to put you on the spot. I thought.
Yeah, no, I admit I saw a message and I can't remember. If not, is it the 20th? I'm trying to figure out what we're doing here. I can't remember. I can look back at the messages. Hang on.
Sorry for being scatterbrained, y'all. You know, life.
Life happens. It really does. No, she can't do the 20th because so it would have to be the next. Hang on.
Thank y'all
Okay,
for
so I don't think it's going to happen this Thursday. So let's just move forward. It'll be sometime in September that Sharon will actually do the Belize travel
Okay.
talk with us.
And thank y'all for
Okay.
sticking with us. You know.
Yes.
And Valerie and I love to do impromptu things. So when she asked me for the code word, I literally just threw something out, but it has a meaning to me. So if you hear any crazy shenanigan code words, that's what it is.
That's right. You know what, guys? Life is too short to plan everything. It really is. Sometimes you just got to live impromptu. So, all right, y'all. Have a good night. I appreciate it. I am so humbled by the people that come in here every week. So, y'all have a good night. Victor, have a great night and a good move.
I will. Y'all
Okay.
stay safe, all right?
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.